Basically, this is a round tube frame. This one is set up for the Ford front Mustang 2 front suspension, and this particular one is going to have the Jaguar rear suspension, a Jag very similar to this one above here, and on the other side of this, that's a Jag XT 6-cylinder rear end. Now that particular Jag rear end there has the knockoffs set up for the original true knockoffs on the end.
Splined hubs, I see, yeah.
It's a very rare Jag rear end. That Jag rear end there is worth $4,200.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's fresh, ready to go. It was rebuilt by Mike at Concourse West in Costa Mesa, California. He does all our Jag stuff for us.
Okay.
And this is a Corvette rear down here, which we do a lot of Corvette stuff too. And put the Corvettes in.
This is a current late model Corvette?
Yeah, 84 to 88 Corvette.
Okay.
And put those in. But this frame here will get the Mustang 2 front and the Jaguar rear in this particular one here.
What is this brace I see here?
This is a Monte Carlo bar, which this can be installed at any time after the car is actually built. Some guys like to put that up here so they can mount a oil cooler to it, up here, up here, up here.
I see.
Wherever you want to put it. It's just a stiffener so that the front towers have like a little insurance policy against any.
Okay. Twist or anything like that.
Right. Now we can. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. This is one that we're finishing out for Dad. This is all insulated, and then we have we're powder coating the tin cover. There's a galvanized metal cover that goes over all of that too.
So you'll sandwich in that insulation then?
Yep. And then we'll insulate the inside compartment also.
Okay.
That way it's a solid, quiet ride, and it's also warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
I see. Yeah, these cars typically, the heat from the engine and the header, your feet tend to bake if you don't do that.
Yeah, we don't ever have a problem with heat in our cars because we do insulate them so well. Now there it stays nice and cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Okay. Okay.
This one is a basic round tube frame. This also has the Mustang 2 front suspension. This is our real bread and butter setup to do them. You'll notice how nicely the struts fit down in the boxes of the frame. It makes for real good geometry as far as the ride that you get from the front. We narrow up our fronts so that when you make corners and turns, you can turn very sharply, as we noticed when we were out on our test ride.
Right. Very sharp turning circle.
And the radiator installation kit is all set up so that, say you're traveling on a trip and you're out in the middle of nowhere and you have a rock go through the radiator, you can unbolt the radiator below and drop it right out the bottom of the car. So you can go into any Goodyear, Firestone, or Ford garage, whatever, and they can repair your radiator, put it back in, get you back on the road. Many kits weld all their parts in permanent, and then you can't maintain them down the road.
Sure. Sounds like the way the big three manufacture their cars too.
Many times, yes. So that maintenance is a problem. We do everything so that maintenance is a breeze. Now the rear on this is a 9-inch Ford Lincoln Versailles style rear end. Disc brake. This is a basic 4-bar suspension. We have our left and right Heim rod end bearings on there so that you can just loosen the jam nuts up and twist the bar and actually move the rear end angle this way or side to side. Shocks are fully adjustable so that you can raise and lower the body over the frame through these holes, and then also the adjustable shocks here.
Let's see.
The gas tank tab, so you lay a gas tank, 69 Camaro tank lays underneath it real nicely, very simple, easy to put in.
And you said about 75% of the ones you're selling are the round tube frame.
Yep. Round tube is most popular at this time.
Of course, that's what was original on the original cars, too.
Correct.
These are 4-inch diameter tubes?
Yep.
Okay, and I also understand you fabricate your own winch. Well, that's how you kind of got started, wasn't it?
Yes. Dad started fabricating windshields about 10 years ago. And As of now, we manufacture roughly 300 windshields a year, sell them all over the country.
Numbers on
Actually worldwide.
And then that way I'll just keep a
We
list
offer
so
both
we make
styles
sure
of
we
windshields,
save
either the aluminum frame or the brass frame.
Okay.
We have all the bases covered as far as windshields go, door frames, all the different options available.
This is your personal car here.
Yeah, this is the one that we had a red turnkey and a blue turnkey, and we sold both of them, and so now we replaced those with this one being the wine colored turnkey, and then we're building one now for Dad, which will be a purple turnkey, purple, plum purple, and it'll have a Corvette suspension. This one here is a Ford Mustang front and a 9-inch Ford rear with the drum brakes.
Okay.
351 Cleveland top load 4-speed.
I just realized I don't even have a picture of you in here. There's Bob.
Yep. Hard Rock Cafe Save the Planet.
And these are what, 235 tires in the front?
225 60s on the front.
And in the rear?
265 50s on the rear.
15-inch wheels?
Yes. All 15s. The fluorescent lights don't do the paint job justice.
No, they don't.
The sunlight will bring out the pearl colors out of it. You may want to get a shot of the interior of that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
One thing I noticed that I like about your car over mine is that your roll bar appears to be a larger diameter.
We use all 2-inch diameter steel roll bars, heavy gauge steel. It's fully functional. There's a roll bar mount on the frame in 3 locations, so that it is a fully functional roll bar. We have cruise control on this car, first line lock, so you can lock up the front brakes for racing at the drags. Heater and defrosters, telephone, all the necessities. All right.
And this is not a glove box, but rather an inspection port,
Right.
so to speak.
If you need to get behind there to do any work on the wiring or gear or whatever, it'll get you that.
I also like the defroster and the heater, which fits very nicely down in there, and it's ducted up to the top, of course, to defrost the windshield or keep the mist off in those iffy evenings.
We drove it to Denver prior to Easter, and we went through a blizzard on the way in and a blizzard on the way back, and we had a 1/4 inch of ice on the wind wings, but the windshield was completely defrosted.
How about that?
The top of the defroster still.
Okay, and I want to pay attention to how you mounted these bumpers too. That's one of the next things I've got coming up here. Now these taillights, the original Lucas style, they are still available? Or
Well, these
reproduction?
are actually were built originally used on cars in Australia. An unusual car built in Australia. to
Is
my
that right?
knowledge. And we've located the source for them now, and we're buying a real Lucas taillight. So.
Yeah, because some of the reproduction ones I've seen will turn pink or turn clear after about a year or so.
Yeah,
And that's one of the dangers of getting an aftermarket.
right. These actually do say the Lucas right on them.
Yeah.
They're the real McCoys.
See, I had picked up an original set from Monty Hasha in Houston, which was a Lucas distributor. It was the last set that he had on his shelf. And I was looking at yours, and they're exactly the same. The Lucas LF542 number on there.
Yep.
Nice bumpers, too. These are chrome-plated steel?
Yeah, these, and you'll notice how nicely even the corners are welded together. It's been sanded and ground clean so that it's a smooth corner on it, as is our roll bars and front bumpers. All of our chrome parts, we do an extra detail job on the prep work so that they come out and they don't show even where they were welded.
Mm-hmm. Let's open the trunk also. I want to show Wayne the how deep your trunk is on this car.
We have quite a load in here. We've got a box way up in the front up here, and then there's soft top in here, and toolbox, and a whole variety of other parts that we carry in there. So
The trunk is a lot flatter than mine, especially up where that area where you have the box. I wouldn't have been able to put a box that large in mine as far as height-wise.
when we travel, when my wife and I travel, we have plenty of room. We can put 2 suitcases in, and we can put a tremendous amount of storage just back in the wheel well areas here also, plus up front. So when we want to travel, we can pack organized, and we can haul a lot of stuff in the trunk.
And your spare tires are kind of fix and flat, right?
Yeah, I just use a can of the inflatable
Okay.
liquid repair stuff, and if you ever do get a tire going low, you just inflate it and head for the service station. Let them take it off and change it.
Sure. I like this trunk seal. This is nice.
Yeah, that's a real nice graded trunk seal, and seals it up real tight so that you get no water in there, even when you're pressure washing the car.
That's very nice.
Yeah, this is a body out of our original mold, which we used for years and years.
Okay.
And in about a year and a half ago, we made a second mold, which we call our custom mold. This has all the discrepancies of the original body because it came off of an original car. Now, they're not noticeable. We can have both bodies side by side unless we explain what is different on them. They are not noticeable. For instance, this front here is actually 1 inch on a square. Your rods for the bumper, in order for the bumper to come parallel here, are 1 inch longer on one side than the other.
I see.
I'll just use that as one typical thing that the original car, some of the original cars had.
Okay.
And then of course we split this whole front off and we brought the thing out to where it was square, and we glassed it all in for our custom. And we did that with various places where these bodies were irregular. But now, in here, we show the steel plate that's around the tunnel for scatter shield in case the U-joint, the drive shaft, breaks up. And we have steel reinforcing around the door jambs, and we have a plywood panel that's glassing all of that in. The steel is glassed in, and the plywood and the fiberglass panel is glassed in, not plywood, fiberglass.
Okay.
And we have a square tube, heavy square tube cowl hoop, and it is glassed into the car, to the body. It isn't a separate piece. It's heavily glassed in so that it really reinforces this body. And we have a square tube because the door hinge plate that holds the pivot point, then the holes are slightly enlarged, and you see that can be adjusted sideways, so that when you're adjusting the doors you have adjustment sideways.
I see.
And on plates on the door you can adjust up and down and so on. So between the combination of the square cowl hoop with that flat surface the way it is and the plates on the door, you have a great deal of adjustment available.
Plus, you've got a metal rod that goes around the entire underneath the door, so that the striker plate and all that.
Yeah, if you stay right where you're at. With
Okay. Yesterday, I was looking at Ted Height's car, and I noticed how everything was.
You can see this metal rod that's in here. See, it carries on all the way up into here. See.
So that it's not that the striker plate's not attached to the fiberglass; it's actually attached to metal.
Yeah. In addition to that rod, there is a flat part of the metal that's for here.
Okay.
See? And it's screwed right into metal. See? And then of course we have flat metal on the inside of our inner door panel, so that this part of the latch is screwed into metal too.
Oh, I was unaware of that. Okay.
Yeah, there's metal plates here, there's metal plates here and here.
Okay. Okay.
Wait. Now, like on the hood, there's metal plate on this surface of the hood, and there's another metal plate on this bottom surface. So these screws go into a metal plate here, and these screws go into a metal plate here.
I see. And then you also got brackets that are attached here.
Yeah, and the flat tab is welded onto the steel reinforcing in here to receive the bolts, so that you're not going into a tube.
And then
You're going into it.
underneath all this, you've got another tube that runs the entire.
This is a steel tube all the way around here.
Okay.
And through here. And to that steel tube is a angle iron welded to both sides of it and formed to fit there. And then our hinge pin brackets are welded to that angle iron. So that whole assembly is glassed in one piece into the body. So when your hood,
Oh, it won't hit. I see.
well,
Okay.
it won't hit, but also if a wind catches it, it isn't going to break loose.
I see what you're doing. Okay. Okay.
When you just have a separate bracket and a plate and you blast it into the glass, if you give this a severe bang, it'll
Pull it right through.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Well, then that would I can see where. See, on mine, I did not use the prop rod. Instead, I used a. Well, you
Yeah.
saw that device which limits how far it opens.
Yeah,
But this is actually better. I like this.
we started to do this almost right away because as we worked with this, we needed something to hold the hood up anyway.
Right. Right.
We did it for our convenience, but then most of our customers continue to use it.
I see.
Some of them will put a gas prop in here, even some of them will put the telescoping prop like you did.
Yeah. What Scott was going to do with his car over in Lawrence, Kansas, was use some Datsun 280Z or whatever the gas pressurized supports.
Sure, you can put any of that in, but we do start with this, and it comes with the body,
Okay.
so that when you're working with it, you got at least your initial holder for it.
Okay. Well, let's go into the shop, or the glass shop, and this was a standard body. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is the original body.
Okay. And the other one, I think Bob said, was what, $500 more for the.
You might want to look.
Oh, sure, inside the trunk. Okay. I should have put this on pause, but okay.
And we use a prop rod here too, so that when we're working with it.
Okay.
But, and then this has the steel tube all the way around, and it has steel angle welded at these points to the tube, all glassed in. And on this, the hinge pin brackets are similar to the front. And being built the way they are, you can't hardly
Yeah.
break them.
I like that. I like that. Okay.
And then we use a U-bolt type of catch for our trunk, so that, and it's threaded to where you can adjust it for height here, so that it catches here on this.
Yes. Okay.
This hook then goes in here, and you can adjust it minutely, you know,
Okay.
so that it's accurate.
Sure. Sounds like they just got done. That's the one thing with video, you don't smell. You could smell the fiberglass and hear the resin in it.
Yeah, this area always smells. Now this would be the last one out of a mold, and it hasn't been trimmed at all yet.
Yeah, the flash is still on there. And
Yeah, and you can see here how
Okay.
the steel is put in and
Certainly
passed
can.
around. You can see how this is welded into here, and we put an additional bracket over, angle iron over here and weld it to here. So this angle is glassed into the body. So you know, it take a tremendous force
To rip it loose,
break
sure.
that.
Sure. Here you can see that metal rod that goes around the entire
Yeah.
perimeter of the hood opening.
You can see the tabs that are on it for the hinge latch strikers.
Uh-huh.
At this point, this still gets some of the glassing on this side, which is difficult to do when it's in the mold.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be glassing around, because all of our inner panels are glassed from the inside and the outside to the body, making a strong one-piece body.
Let's see. Okay, now this body here, this was the
This is
custom,
it's
right?
one step further than that one, in that, well, it isn't complete yet, but some of the touch-up work has been done, and the doors are being now fitted and hinged. All of our bodies are sold with the doors fitted and hinged because we feel that's a frustrating part of the job.
Oh, it's very.
To do.
Mm-hmm.
So we do that. And you notice how our doors are rolled all the way around the cockpit. It is rolled like the originals were, because
Sure.
they had a bar of aluminum that, or bar that was covered with the aluminum.
But the aluminum was stretched around, right?
And
Here we can see the plates that you've glassed in to
Yeah.
a little bit better, perhaps,
yeah,
to act as protection.
right.
I also want to note the, from back here, I guess I can shoot the picture, where the dashboard mounts are three places.
Yeah, these three tabs are on it for the dash mount, and there's a metal tube or metal rod around inside here, and it's welded to the cross legs that go to the cowl hoop, and of course all of that is glassed in.
Right. You don't have the problem of the dashboard sagging like it is on my car.
So I can stand on this and I can jump on it.
Let me back up here a
As
little
you
bit.
notice, I can jump on the floor,
Uh-huh.
and there's no frame under it, see? Jump on the floor. I get up like an old man, but
That's all right. That's impressive. I remember seeing the picture in the office of, what, 16 people standing on top of this, or top of a finished car?
yeah. We can,
That is a testimony for the strength of the body.
yeah. Now we can lift this body up with our four-poster with hooks on the four fenders and lift it in the air and work on it. And when it's like this, and the doors are put together and fitted, when we lift it from the four fenders, you still open and close your doors freely.
See, mine won't do that. There's a flex.
It
Right.
doesn't do this.
That's because of all the steel that you've glassed in and the
Yeah.
strength of the body in that.
Yeah. For instance, the floor here is thicker than the rest of this interior is, so that it'll support rigidly.
Mm-hmm.
We can support our body to the frame on body cushions without reinforcing any of the places in the glass for the body cushion.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing too, when we lay up our bodies in the mold, we have the framework set up to where it holds the body rigid at all times. And we do all the work we can on this car while it's in the mold. So that mold is always curing during the work period of time of putting the center sections in and putting various steel reinforcing in and so on. So it's very well cured. And it's never taken out of the mold without the center sections in. Therefore, it's never twisted or anything. It's always identical. We actually put a frame up above there, upside down, and bolt and clamp the inner panels to the frame before they're fastened to the outer shell. And this is the reason that we can offer our customers a frame today, and they can buy a body from us 6 months or a year or two down the line, and that body is going to fit that frame that they bought today perfectly, because we never change the positioning of the body to the frame.
I'm glad to hear that, because that's one of the things he was thinking of doing, was purchasing his frame ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then once he gets it pretty well completed.
Biggest share of our individual customers buy the body, the frame first, and work on it to the stage where they're ready for a body, and then they buy the body. Now, we have had people say that some people tell them, don't ever do that because your body will never fit the frame.
It'll sag or something, sure.
Do them together, see? In our situation, we'll guarantee that even if we put some mounting holes or something for you in it, they're going to fit.
I see.
A year down the line in a body that we make later.
I'm glad to hear that. That's that means he doesn't have to save up the full amount right now.
You can buy it piecemeal.
Just the frame. Very good.
Buy the frame, buy parts as you need them, and get to the point where you need the body, buy the body. And
very good. Well, Lauri, thank you very much. I see the red light flashing here, which means my battery, it wasn't full charge when I started, so it's I sure appreciate you all spending a few hours with me today. And well, the only one that I know intimately is, of course, my car, and I see, of course, I've seen some other cars that are even lesser built, and I'm very impressed with
your camera. You can show that the inner part of our doors and so on are finished too, because this is a double panel door and a trunk and the hood, see.
That was one of the problems. I've got a friend who has an Everett Morrison car, and his body came in about 15 or 16 pieces. And that is, I have two friends actually who have those cars, and they were very frustrating trying to get all the pieces glassed together, and whereas you have jigs and fixtures here that
we do all that frustrating stuff before we sell a body, and we don't. If you asked us to sell you a body in pieces, we won't do it.
Right. Well, it's too frustrating, and plus no one likes to itch any longer than they have to. I know the fiberglass.
Yeah.
Anytime I've had to drill a hole, it itches. You get it on your skin and it.
Our side louvers are in 3 pieces. There's 2 angles which are glassed in here, and there's bolts, 2 bolts on the piece here and 2 bolts up in here. And you can take the side louver out after that glass has hardened, see? You can just remove this screw and this screw, these 4 screws, and you can take that out and
have it plated or painted or whatever you'd like to do.
And then you can work around this hole and do a good job of finish on the hole.
Sure. Okay, well, believe it or not, we've gone for 30 minutes here.
Wow.
Time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lauri.